Shalom, Akim. I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well, and salutations to all the Akim and all four corners of earth who's pushing us truth and sincerity. Shalom, Akim. I want to get into this, not this particular article, but it just got something to do with ICE in the town, in the area I live in, and this is a little quick story about what happened. And I went to visit a family member's house the other day, and I was over there grabbing some food, and we were having a discussion because I seen out on the property, everybody's property and house, they had all sorts of signs like "ICE not welcome," "ICE not welcome." I'm talking about a lot of signs. Everybody's yard was just cluttered with these signs, and so I said, "What's going on over here?" And he said, "Halloween, they came through here and they got my neighbor." And I was like, "Whoa, your neighbor?" And they was like, "Yeah, they got him. He was Northern Kingdom, and family here and everything, and got has one of those Fortune 500 jobs, and a prominent member in the community." But once again, like I tell the people, that I encounter, ICE roles like this, they got to come get you. Once they arrest you or whatever, then once you get to their station or holding area, then you got to prove that you're a citizen there. You can holler out you're a citizen all you want to on the streets. They're not trying to hear that. They grabbing you up and they trying to take you away. And that's just what's going on right now, man. And so they did this right in front of this lady's house, with her kids and everything there. And the husband was at work, I think, and took her away. And she was gone for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So they're not just taking you for a day or two. They took her away for 2 weeks. So she was gone from society for 2 weeks. They knew not where she was or nothing. So this Fortune 500 company that she works for, the CEO and everybody, the president of the company, they all found out what happened. And they got lawsuits out right now. They got lawsuits. They're suing ICE, right now. But at the end of the day, it was around that goofy-ass holiday to give you that satanic holiday, Halloween. And in my mind, I was thinking like, wow, they're riding around here right now. People be going out trick-or-treating, This ain't the time for all that, man. This is not the time. But once again, like I say, they called her up and held her down for 2 weeks. Babies not knowing where they at, family not knowing where she was, nothing. They calling, job, everything, man. So when she finally got freed, now they got lawyers involved and trying to put a lawsuit on ICE. But let me bring this up. This is 1 Thessalonians 5, and I'm going to get straight to it. 5 and 3. For when they shall save peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So, they give you these goofy holidays and want you to partake in them, but guess who's lurking in them corners looking for you, man? These agents, they want to put you down, man. They want to lock you up, It was when ICE first came to the Chicagoland area, they were all on the south side and in different areas where they had allowed the migrants to go to in different areas like that. And when I was working at my jobs and stuff, various jobs, they would be out there, trying to get wrestling up money and stuff, whatever. The ones that's coming from Central and South America. Lately they're not out there no more. Around Halloween, once again, they weren't out there. As days have been coming and going, I'm seeing fewer and far less of the Northern Kingdom out there in these different areas. Used to go by Home Depot. You would see some of those guys from the West Coast, of Africa and Northern Kingdom over there looking for yard work or some type of construction work. They'd be looking for them. You could go pick up a team over there, But yeah, man. When they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. And that's what's happening, man. We got Thanksgiving Day coming up, and then after that you got the Black Fridays and Christmas coming up. Who's to say that agents aren't going to be outside of these different stores? Because our people love to go shopping, man. They love to shop, man. Once again, remember this out. This is 1 Thessalonians 5 and 4. But ye brethren are not in the darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of the light, and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of the darkness. So therefore we know what's going on. We're aware of who our enemies are. We're aware of the tactics as well as the time we're in. This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction, man. So this is not our place of rest, man. They called up the Northern Kingdom from Central and South America to come to America, and a few years later, now they're rounding them up to arrest them and separating their kids from the parents and adults. I've done videos on that in the past. How they, where they were catching. I got footage of seeing them down on the borders. With the parents were held in detention centers in Texas and in Arizona, while they flew the kids to New York and Washington D.C. and down to Florida. Without their parents. So you can go figure what they're doing, man. And America is a well-known place for sex tourism, or what's the word? Sex exploitation, man. Especially of the kids, So yeah, this is not our place of rest, man. It's a sick place, man. And script, like the scripture said, it'll destroy you, man. Yeah, man. And our people, man, they just love this place, man. Well, here it is, where you have agencies riding around trying to incarcerate you, and you have to prove that you're an American citizen, or if they just feel like letting you go after a week or two, and they'll just do that, man. This place is crazy, man. Sirach 12:10, never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away, man. So yeah, once again, they gave you a punk ass Trump to vote for. Northern Kingdom was going happy. They had a whole section of Latinos for Trump. And this is what he sends. He sends your ICE agents to the areas that they voted for the most part. The same people that voted for him, he traded on them, man. Letting you know, man, once again, man, this place is sick, man, and our people, if you want to cling on to it, man, hey, you're going to be part of the destruction that's coming here, man. Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple, man. So, yeah, like I say, the family is still, they still shook up about it, but they believe in that lawsuit. Well, it could happen and could not happen, because once I was trying to explain to the people that, ICE has a job here. They were brought here by the president, and our so-called clown-ass local officials who get on the news every night and talk shit, they can't do nothing about it. They know where the ICE agents are staying and where they housed at. That was another thing. The ICE agents got to get a hotel. And one hotel blurred the news out and like, no, they can't stay here, ooh, this and that. But at the same time, man, ain't nothing you can do about it, really, man. If the Lord is not dealing with you, you're liable to get caught up into this devil's wiles, man. Jeremiah 29:13, and ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart, man. Let's speak about the Lord, man, because the prophets are out there letting you know what's going on, man. Videos out there too as well, man. We're pointing out who the enemy is, man. We're pointing out what's going on. Whether our people listen or not, man, we still have a job to do, and that's to warn our people, man. Of the incoming dangers that is happening. We have the things that we get are through these scriptures, man. We get a great understanding through these scriptures, man. And this is how we're able to speak boldly and warn our people, man. Plain and simple, man. We have this knowledge. We understand that things is going to happen. So therefore, we have to warn our people, man. That this is our enemy. To beware. Don't just be walking around like everything's okay, man, because it's not. ICE is rolling around. They got their minivans riding around looking for you. The one incident, I think this incident in the commercial, in this video right here, this was the one where they said they just slammed on the brakes and the guy ran right into him, in the back of him, and they jumped out and arrested him. This was on a major street right outside of a middle school. So the kids came out and seen it. Everybody had cameras and everything. So now another thing, these ICE agents and Trump's little cronies are being made villainized right now, man. And guess who they're gonna be coming after more and more, man? You Israelites, man. You know, it's not a secret that they're riding around here in Evanston, man. We know it's a large Northern Kingdoms and as well as people from the islands here, man. Plain and simple, you know. So yeah, like I said, I just was on the spirit. I went to visit a family member, and when I was over there talking and chopping it up with him, he explained to me about the situation that happened to the neighbors, and I knew them. You know what I'm saying? Whenever they have barbecues, you know, we come over there, and, you know, it's a good time, man. You know? But right now, their family's in shambles, you know, and they're scared, you know. And, hey, man, once again, that's the Lord. Lord is in control of everything. Esau has but a short time, and he's getting ready to come down. He's got to stir it up, and that's what he's doing. He's stirring it up, man. It was a time for everything, man. You know what I'm saying? That happiness is over with. And one thing about that Northern Kingdom family I'm speaking about, like I'm telling you, they believe that they're in paradise right now, man. When they do barbecues and all that stuff, man, they kick back. It's the greatest time, man. They don't see nothing happening, you know, other than them partying. But yeah, man, Don and his troops are coming through to spoil those parties. And the Lord is putting a spirit on them to do it. With that being said, I'm just edifying. Shalom, Akim.